And so now we'll practice the 1 to 2 minute body scan, and I'll begin by giving you a reminder of some of the mindfulness instruction and then guide you through this practice. The reminder is that we are doing this not to feel a certain way, and if we notice tension or if we have a scratch, we're not going to itch it or necessarily try to relieve the tension. You certainly may do so, but that would not be part of the mindfulness practice per se. Although you could bring awareness to why it is that you're choosing to do so, and that could be a part of the mindfulness practice. But rather it's to notice the sensations in the body without needing to change anything, simply attending to what's taking place in the moment. So often we think we have to fix things. We think that every time something is unpleasant, we need to do something about it. And certainly there are times where that is indeed the case, but often it's not the case, or our jumping into fix is going further than we need to, or an overreaction. And so this practice can be very helpful at beginning to cultivate a deeper understanding of how we relate to these sorts of experiences in life. And here we use the body as the object that we attend to in this regard. So this shorter practice is one in which we will pay attention to the head, and then the eyes and the mouth, to our shoulders and torso, where we attend to the shoulders, the hands, and the belly, and then to our legs and feet, where we attend to the hips, our legs, and then our feet. We begin by bringing awareness to breathing, and then we end by bringing awareness to breathing. And that's the scan. And we allow a breath or two to take place in between each area that we attend to. So we'll attend to the head and breathe, the eyes and breathe, and so on. When we're attending to a certain part of the body, the mind may be moving off into some thought about something unrelated or even something related. And so we want to just rest awareness on that part of the body and just notice. Oftentimes the feeling tone of that part of the body might be slightly pleasant or unpleasant or neutral, and you can sense that just as something to notice as you then move on to the next part of the body. So in whatever way you rest awareness, where we direct our attention, you rest awareness, and you notice the sensations taking place, you breathe, and you move on to the next part of the body. So let's begin. Oftentimes we'll be sitting, although this is a short practice, and you can certainly be standing while you begin and complete this practice. And so we bring ourselves now into a seated posture, lowering or closing our eyes, if that's comfortable, and bringing awareness to breathing. The rising of the belly on the in-breath, the softening of the belly on the out-breath, allowing the belly to move with the breath. And then we bring awareness to our head, aware that it's resting on top of our neck as we breathe. Moving awareness to the eyes, resting in their sockets, noticing any sensations that may be arising in and around the eyes as we breathe. Moving awareness to the mouth, the jaw, noticing as we breathe. And then bringing awareness down to the shoulders and the torso, attending to the sensations in and around the shoulders, and breathing. Bringing awareness to the hands as we breathe, noticing whatever sensations may be arising, if any, in and around the hands. Moving awareness to the buttocks and to the hips. Aware of the legs. And then bringing awareness to the feet, touching the ground perhaps, or your feet touching your shoes as you breathe, aware of sensations, or simply aware of the feet. And then bringing awareness back to breathing itself, noticing the in-breath, connecting with the in-breath, with the out-breath. And when you're ready, lifting your gaze or opening your eyes. And that's the short body scan that you can practice with more breaths in between, fewer breaths in between. It can be done in 1 minute. It could take a little bit longer. Sometimes you may want to do it in 1 minute just to bring a shift in awareness to a more present, grounded place. Sometimes you may want to make it more of a, enjoyable, if you will, in that moment process. And while the enjoyable part is not necessarily what it's about, as you probably notice, it lends itself to that. And so it's nice that it can have that quality too. Although whether or not it has that quality at any given time is not why we're practicing it. Oftentimes, life is not so pleasant, and what's taking place is not so terrific. And yet we want to be there for it too. And we want to be there for it in a way that's really present and grounded. And this exercise, even though it's a very short one, can be helpful in helping us to cultivate that way of relating to the experiences of our life.